Hello again. Sorry about that. It appears the internet just absolutely crashed everywhere, including my friend, my good colleague there, Helen. She's had an internet crash as well, so it's over her way. So we just hopefully we can bring this back to you guys. And yes, oh dear, one of these little technical things, little technical hitches. And good. Okay, right. Let's go and ring the doorbell again and just go and see if Helen's there and just see if we get you guys back on as well. Yes, sorry about that there. So let's go and ring the doorbell and go and introduce my good friend Helen. Helen, hello, good evening to you. How are you?
Hi. Can you see me okay?
Yes,
Sorry about
absolutely
that.
fine. Sorry, guys, if you just joined us here. The internet just crashed, but we're back up now. Back up now. Yes, and hopefully, cross fingers, everything stays okay. Yes. Every now and then we get these little issues, don't we? Anyway, so, whoa, we are back. Yes, we are back. And yes, the internet just went, joop, just dropped out of the sky. And but now we're back. Yes. Oh, I crashed now. Oh, everybody crashed.
Oh
Everybody
no.
had a crash, even in the UK. So something went a little bit of a blip there. And I had a sneaky suspicion something's going to go wrong because a warning came up saying the stream has been lowered. So, but anyway, we're back on now, and it's lovely to see so many of you back. Okay, so Helen, very good evening to you, and lovely to see you. Lovely to see you. In fact, let's give you a little bit of round of applause there. And your lovely big smiley face. And so just to introduce Helen, Helen here works for, she started up a charity called Spread Some Sunshine. And she's got a Facebook page called Spread Some Sunshine Group, which is just to bring you up to date with what this is about. This is to do, I believe, to do with a wonderful project that you're involved with, which is out in Sri Lanka. Is that right? That's right.
That's what I feel, yeah. Yeah, the
Okay,
South.
right. Brilliant. Could you? Okay, so just handing over to you. Just tell us a little bit about what Spread Some Sunshine is all about.
Okay, Spirit and Sunshine is it's really a kind of personal fundraising project.
Okay.
We're not a big organisation. It's just myself and my husband and just a couple of friends that chip in every now and again to help. And basically, we raise funds to help feed kids in care in Sri Lanka. It's not an orphanage as such, but they're kids that cannot live with their parents. Some of them are orphans, but some of them are just not able to be at home. And we have 26 girls that we're currently supporting, and at the moment, for families that are in really bad situations, both in
Okay.
the condition of their homes and the ability to feed their families.
Okay. And so, what sort of projects are you helping them with? What sort of things are you doing right now?
Okay, well, obviously, with since COVID, the prime concern for us is food. It really is a big one. So we raise money basically by initially the food is our main concern. So we raise money mainly by holding events
Okay.
or or selling on donations of clothes, bric-a-brac, toys, etc. So as well as food being our main concern at the moment, especially with the situation, is we would look at things like making sure they had sufficient school uniforms, um, mosquito nets, obviously.
Yes, I would say that's a big thing at a place like that.
Yeah, mosquito nets is huge. They get replaced almost on an annual basis. But what we do is we buy locally. We don't ship anything out there. A, it's cheaper. B, we ensure it gets to where it should go, and C, it doesn't get stolen en route. So,
Ah, yes, yes.
yeah, that's a big issue. Posting and arrival in any ports, you're lucky if it then gets to the next destination. And
Wow.
we've learnt this, we've learnt this,
Okay,
but obviously it brings business to the locals. And then obviously after the food and the essential items, obviously toiletries, especially for the young girls, and washing items, we then also help with education. So
okay,
we are trying, the idea being that as the girls leave the home, they will have some training in mainly in sewing
okay,
crafts. We did previously support a boys' home and we taught them into mask carvings. I don't know if anybody's been to Sri Lanka, but they carve beautiful craft faces out of wood. It's a very specific trade.
Okay.
And we're also, once we've settled down a little bit and start raising money again, to introduce maybe some gardening skills as well. So obviously all
Yes.
those things need tools, computers, pens, pencils, equipment like that. So it's the idea is that they will leave the home with some form of being able to earn an income.
So give us an idea how broke they are, how poor they are. Give us an idea how poor they are, if you could.
Okay. Well, if we send out, and we've really been having to kind of go the lower end of the scale in the last few months. If we send €5 a month, that would support for each the base, like pulses like rice and lentils. If we can raise €10 a month per child, then we can include fruit juice, fresh fruits, fresh vegetables. They have a very, very poor existence. In lockdown, there's absolutely no support, no social support whatsoever.
Oh my goodness.
And
Yes.
to coin a phrase, when I speak to Sam Path, who is our kind of man on the ground over there, he said his exact phrase was, and he was in tears telling me, is that the poor are feeding the poorer. And that literally was, the situation. Because they're very much obviously into sharing. That's a big part of their Buddhist belief, that you share whatever you've got.
Yes.
And they were literally doing that. So that the poor people queuing up for their food were then sharing it with the even poorer people that maybe couldn't even get to the queue.
Okay.
So it was huge for us to keep going, which luckily we'd always kind of retained a. Right? I mean, Sri Lanka has a habit of kind of coming across bad times, like so many of these countries do, and so we have been able to keep going, and hopefully now our fundraising can start gradually getting back to a little bit of whatever the new normality is. But yes, it's tough times for them. Yeah.
Because it's interesting. I know what you're saying there when you're saying here that sometimes when you raise money for charities, the huge suspicion for people in the West over here is that if you raise this money, where's it going to? Because you hear of some organisations where the money hasn't gone to the cause, or that we want to see something here. We want to see something that has gone, so we know our what we're giving, the charity we're giving, actually reaches those people for penny, cent to cent, euro to euro. And this is lovely to hear that you could do that. And you, so is this something that you take the charity out there? You take the money out there to give to the people, or is this something? How does this work?
No, no. The way we do it, I mean, you're exactly right. That's exactly why Steve and I started the project, because after the tsunami, I did volunteer for one of those large organisations. I won't say the name, but I was pretty shocked when I found out just how much of the percentage was supposed to be going out there. And I was also shocked because we'd visited Sri Lanka before the tsunami and then went back after, and the people that were their lives hadn't changed. They were still living in the same conditions that the tsunami had caused. And I was absolutely horrified. And when I say I volunteered at UNICEF, along with lots of other people, students, old people, you were literally peeling 50 pence off of greeting cards that someone said, I can't spare very much.
Yes.
So there's my 50 pence. And you processed cash, check, credit cards.
Okay.
And we raised, as you know, huge amounts, and then obviously didn't go. And it was that lack of meeting and fulfilling those in real need that actually started this off. So when people say to me, oh, but you don't know where it's going, that's exactly what difference we wanted to make. So what we did was, when we met a guy called Sam Path, who shared with us his tsunami story, which was pretty heartbreaking, probably not enough time to go into that today, but if you know absolutely everything, your home, your possessions, your relatives, we went on to then help him, and he's now like our project manager, for use of a better word. He gets the equivalent of about €8 a day. But he then, so we ensure each month the Sampath and I will talk. We decide how we're going to use the money, what we're most in need of buying, what's required, and he then buys it, sends me the receipt each month, sends me the photographs of the food, the mosquito nets, the flip-flops, the light bulbs, batteries. I've never got enough batteries, so the clocks are always wrong.
Yes.
And then he sends me the picture of what he's actually purchased.
Well, that's the difference, isn't it? That people can actually, where you can see where the money's gone, and you get people saying to you, this is what your money did. Too much here. We feel like we're taken for an absolute ride when we give money to a charity and it's not going there. It's not going there. And I think it's...
And it's those guys that suffer, Phil, but don't get me wrong, I was disgusted myself and turned my back on it.
Yes.
And was like, more, it's farcical. And then actually it made me think, no, let's, God, it's such a small scale we're doing this on.
Yes.
And it's just such a small personal project. But it's meaningful for that particular area, that particular village in the southwest coast of Sri Lanka. And yes, it will make a difference. It will. There's no doubt about it. And the money absolutely goes. We don't just willy-nilly send it out. It absolutely goes to where it's needed and spent locally. So it's a win-win, really.
It's interesting we do things like this. I was going back about 5 or 6 years, going out to Kosovo and places like that. I was involved with people there, helping a charity there, and they were taking they weren't taking money so much, but they were taking goods, food, supplements, clothes, any old clothes they could take out, any clothes people could donate to take out to Kosovo when after the war. This was probably back 2005, 2006. And it was fantastic to see some of the pictures. It was horrifying to see people's homes with huge bullet holes in them, shell holes, and the windows just like shell holes. Just absolutely ridiculous, thinking, wow, those people lived there and the shells actually hit their homes, and what they went through was enormous. But to see a little boy of 8 years old wearing a pair of Wellington boots that were size 10, and the fact he had something on his feet and the smile on his face was everything.
Says it.
It does. It does. Yeah. It absolutely does. And sometimes here, to hear something like this, where you get specific group of people, they do raise the money, it is sincere, and it is something here we could take out and actually make a difference. It does something for our soul. And I think it's...
I do this very selfishly, Phil.
Yes.
It warms my soul more than any other job I've ever done on this planet,
That's interesting to hear.
Because
yes,
it does. We came here in a retirement situation, and it's the best. It is the best. The wages aren't great, but obviously there aren't any. But it's not the reason why you do it, and it's the biggest satisfying job I've ever done. I've got this little postcard. Make a mark on the world. If we all just took that little bit of the world, this little tiny little village down in the southwest coast of Sri Lanka, I do it selfishly because it gives me a buzz. Absolutely gives me a buzz.
That's amazing. That's lovely. So, because we're seeing Sri Lanka as also being a holiday destination as well, don't we?
Absolutely. Sadly, the tourism's been so affected by an assortment of wars, tsunami fears. Obviously, there's some recent bombings, which was, I think, just about 9 months ago. Obviously, we've now got COVID. For me, it seems like every time these guys pick themselves up, another wave comes.
Oh my goodness, yes.
So resilient, and so let's pick ourselves up, brush ourselves down. If you imagine is fishing and and the next time you're and then the next time someone takes the oar out your boat, and they do pick themselves up, as do many other countries, don't get me wrong, but their tourism, I can't remember the exact percentage, but without the tourism, they're something like 3/4 of the way down their survival.
Yes.
So one of the things that's really made me think about during the lockdown is how to try and encourage more sustainability, how we can help them rather than just this. We don't, like we say, we don't hand over any money. We never have done it because it causes a lot of unrest by doing that.
Yes.
and he's actually looking at ways we can try and not only encourage tourism back. We can't do that on our own. That's much too big. But when it does return, and it will, is how we can, help and support them to make the most of the tourist trade, really. So
Okay.
we've got a few plans afoot, which we're working on.
Okay. Okay. Yes, it's interesting actually because one of the things I pointed out here is interesting about the energy that we're coming through this particular year, and it's interesting about the culture, and it's a Buddhist culture. That what they do is they actually help help one another, and support one another. Um, and I think it's something that's coming back into more this culture now. That rather than where we're in this pre 2020, 2018, 2017, going all the way back 2007 and beyond, we're more in this I've got to earn loads of money. I've got to have these particular things in my life here. And hearing guys, especially, I know I said this on the show a couple of times, that guys are saying here, all I want to do is just live and just feel comfortable. I don't want to go and burn myself out here. But
Yeah.
interesting how people want to help one another. And that's a big thing, big thing. And Mandy in London says, need to call in the big guns, the angels. That's lovely. That's absolutely lovely. Lovely.
I like
Sorry about the
that.
internet, guys. It has gone wonky. It's not just in Spain. I gather it's been in the UK as well. People say that they've lost the show but come back in. But it's nice to see your numbers coming back up. And yes, Sally Mardell says, wonderful job. And Taz Thornton from Truly Intuitive says, very nice, we are so blessed. We need to share our blessings and support this. So
Yeah.
how can people support what you're doing? What do they need to do?
Okay, there's a variety of ways. I mean, we're such a small setup. We have to kind of be relatively sensible about how we can, how big this could get.
Yes.
Because people say, what you need to do is X, Y, Z, and yes, you do. But I equally don't want this to become. I don't want this to feel a job that becomes a heavy and a burden. We've done that. I want it to feel that nice feeling. But really, probably the best way for people, unfortunately, is we come back down to money. I can't put it any other way.
Yeah.
Let's call it fundraising. And we always, I mean, Phil, you came to our house Saturday night for a vegan meal, and we did a little mini auction, and it was fun raising.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be a hardship. It's not just going around and shaking a bucket. It's like, let's turn it into a bit of laugh, bit of banter, and we raise a few quid doing that. So that's what we do within our circle, and obviously our circle gets bigger, and we meet more tuned in people that kind of like we could feel the energy on Saturday night with people that were very like-minded. And so it's really visit the website page, which is relatively new, so there's not
Yes.
stacks on there. We'll tell you what we do, which is www.spreadsomesunshine.es. So it's
Okay.
really fundraising, which if people feel comfortable to go do some themselves in their own circle.
Yeah.
And what I have on heart would promise is tell that person and show that person exactly where their money went. Exactly.
Oh, see, that's the amazing part. That's what I think the bit that's going to grab people's attention is when you say that this is what it's going to do.
Yeah.
And they actually got evidence at the other end. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, so Sam Puff and I will talk about that. Now, say, for example, a couple of months ago, we had one of the families we support's got 3 disabled kids. They had no fare to get to the hospital. They had no money for the medication and no money for a replaced wheelchair because he'd grown.
Yeah.
The sort of thing we could say, tell you what we need. I'm plucking a figure out of the sky. 250 euros for this wheelchair, 100 euros for the transport, and his medication. We could say, okay, Phil, it's not a pressure thing. It's like, okay, you give me 100 towards it, that'd be fantastic. But what we can do is say, here's the meds. This is a photo of the medication. This is the kid's name on the bag of the medication.
Okay.
This is the picture. We always have to be very careful with pictures of kids that Sri Lanka doesn't have the issues that we have here. But you would know that's what you've done. And I think in order to try and erase this issue that we've got of why do you send the money over there, wherever there is if people really can see and feel where it's gone,
Yes.
and I 110% trust Sampath because we've been friends for such a long time, and him to my family as well. That's what people want to see. I think people are a little bit, as you say, very wary of the let's drop it in the bucket, and 85% goes to admin, and if we're lucky, the other 15 might make a difference somewhere. I think people have had enough of that a little bit.
I think so too.
So that's really what mine and Steve's purpose really for actually kind of kicking this off. Really.
Yes. 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 I think that's that's a beautiful way of actually putting that across here. Is that the way people can come into this and it does actually go somewhere. I think people want to really understand and know this here that they're going to get something there. Yeah. I worked in the charities.
It's the touch and feel of really knowing you're making that difference.
Yes.
We've all done it, haven't we? We've all bought Christmas cards. We've all gone and done what we thought we was doing our bit for. But there's nothing like Sampath writing and saying, thank you so much, Phil. Last week we were able to replace all the mosquito nets for all the girls in the dormitory. That'd warm your heart, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Because you're that kind of person. So
yes.
I think when people really can touch, and it makes you go and do something again, doesn't it? It doesn't mean but it brings a different.
I think for this, it really warms people if just hearing a story like this, that humanity, there is a caring side to humanity rather than what we've been through in our lives here. I mean, going back into London probably last week and into Reading, which was an awful story, very sad story. But then we have this story where you've got people on the other side of the coin where we can help people. Brings love back into our lives, and unfortunately we've got good bad people out there, but we've got very good people, and I think what you're doing is an absolutely beautiful job. And I must admit, at your function that you had on Saturday night, it was probably one of the most entertaining, funniest evenings to raise vibration, to raise love, to raise something here for people is just absolutely fabulous. And I think if we could all do something, and when it spreads some sunshine, or doing something that there's a charity you can support and give, and the money's going to get there, and you actually get evidence that what your support has given, then I think that's absolutely fabulous. That's just amazing. And but I know, as you say here, I know of them. I know a lot of these places. You give them support, but the money goes into someone's house to keep their lifestyle in richness, where it's not going to be where it's needed.
We see that. We first went to Sri Lanka in '97. The tsunami was 2004 Boxing Day, and then we went back 2007.
Yes.
Goodness, the cars that the ministers were driving around in, while people were still, and they are still living today in corrugated iron rooftop houses today, still living like that. Some of the families were trying to help. And again, we can send footage of the homes they're living in. Which is fine until it rains, and then you're sleeping in puddles, literally. They haven't got beds.
Yes. There's a friend of mine called Muriel. She's involved with a charity called something to do with Playground. It's called Playground, but it's in Africa. And she supports, in fact, she was in a previous charity supporting a lot of women who have been the victims of war, where they lost their husbands, the army, or the people were not kind. I'm not going to go into graphic details, but the army were not kind to these women at all, and they'd lost everything. Absolutely everything. But the one thing the charity is trying to bring them was hope. And I think in this, you're bringing people hope as well. And it's lovely, lovely, lovely to see this. And I think we all get too blinded by other things that we don't see this. And now what you're doing, I think, is absolutely fabulous.
It's such a valuable commodity. And I think I was saying to you just before we went on airfield, when I was working in the UK, and I project managed 14 by the wayside a bit, and it was my job to put together like a vocational education project for them.
Yes.
They would try, they were tough cookies, they were on the verge of all ending up in And I really did have to be dragged kicking and screaming into an educational environment. The kids in Sri Lanka, seriously, they would get up at 3 in the morning. They'd spend an hour studying, 2 hours on a bus to get to Colombo where they lived, study all day, and then do the same in reverse and get up at 3 o'clock the next day. And
Yes.
they just felt blessed to have.
Yes. That opportunity. Yeah. Totally. We're freezing a little bit every now and then, but hopefully you're still there. Oh, there you are. You're back. You come back. You're back there somewhere. Just froze a little bit, but you're back again. Yes.
I'm back again. Oh, yeah, I'm like, you don't get rid of me that easily, Phil.
Oh, no. Can't do that. Right. Okay. So I think we need to. So, guys, this is what we'd like you to do during the show here. In fact, loads of your questions coming in here, which is absolutely fabulous. Producer says, Cafe Clairvoyance, Wednesday Spiritual Show every Wednesday, which is tomorrow morning, and 11 o'clock in Spain, 10 a.m. in the UK. Astrological readings, please supply your date of birth and one favourite colour and a question. And yes, also here just to give a shout out to Trebus, where the Trebus family now called, but they supplied the meals, and they did a fantastic job on Saturday night. Supplies of vegan meals with a vegan Thai. I tell you what, I could not believe how gorgeous that meal was. And 5-6 months ago, I was not vegetarian or even vegan or anything like this, but that meal was just like, wow. I would not want to eat anything else. In fact, I was so angry because it's so delicious. I was so full I couldn't eat any more because it was so nice. So nice. Anyway, right, yes, big shout to Cafe Trebus. So a lovely shout to them. Okay, right, guys, this is what we like to do is to, with the show here, we're live on Facebook, we're also live on YouTube, and we're going out all over the place because I know some of you people coming in some of you are across the big pond in America, some of you here are from Europe, and some of you here are from the UK, so it's lovely to welcome you to the show. This is a show here which brings spirituality, and it brings, especially on Tuesday nights, we bring on special guests. Special guests are regular guests and special guests to introduce to you to make it entertaining evening, to show what else goes on out there and just make it entertaining. So you don't have to watch, I was saying last week, Crossroads, that really showed my age, that did. Show my age. Rather than watching Crossroads, you can come on to a show like this. Or EastEnders, I say that. Oh, that get Londoners going. Anyway, so we're now going to start off another part of the show here. Just before we do, guys, this is what we'd like you to do. The music to the show is, we're very, very proud to have the music show here. It's produced by Sammy Hammy. He's been on the show before. He's going to be coming on the show in July to run the show here, which is an absolutely fantastically attended show. It's brilliant. And but no, big shout out to Sammy. Say thank you to him as well. And a big shout out to Taryn Sandbrook, truly intuitive. She's an absolutely fabulous lady. She's doing a show just before our one, and doing a show on gratitude, sometimes gratitude. So big shout out to her too. Anyway, right, it's that time of the evening. That means the cavalry's coming, or that means it's time now that we're actually going to start doing readings here. The producer says, Deborah says here, please like our Clairvoyance page on Facebook. Your support will raise our profile. Please like and share our spiritual show, and because then we get out wider people. It's especially doing events like this where we're promoting charities, gets further afield and more people become aware of these things. But we'd love that. Okay, right. Let's go on to Joe G. Joe G. Now, G is your surname, but obviously Joe G. But let's have a little chat with Joe G. Now, this part of the show here, we're both going to get involved in readings. Now, isn't that fabulous? So we're both going to get involved here. So I'm going to start off the reading. Then I'm going to pass over to Helen. She's going to do a little bit of magic. And then you come back to me again. How's that? We're like, do. Let's we need to have a bit of suspense. How's that? Is that good? Helen get far too carried away. Anyway, right. So here we go. Here we go. So Joe, you're a 336 in numerology. You're on a personal year 4, which is about base and stability, finding a foundation to find your strength yourself. And she says, scared to let her barriers down. Why am I so emotional at the moment? Well, one of the reasons I would say that you're emotional at the moment, well, your 336, your 6 number, is all about people being together around you, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's this energy of feeling that connection with people and everybody being out of sorts. So would you understand here, Joe, there's a sensitivity here that sometimes you resonate or you are sensitive to other people's causes or needs. You reflect a lot of people. You pick up like a sponge. You pick up other people's feelings. Now, one thing I would say to you at the moment is I don't think it's about letting your barriers down. I think it's being in your true self, that you don't need a barrier. And if I was looking, and so emotional at the moment, well, the sensitivity is astrologically, this would be the eclipse, the turning point, the slowing down of Venus in Gemini, which is going to turn around and go the other direction, and Mars, which has been very close to Neptune, creating a steam of confusion. It's almost like walking through a steam bath. Think, where is everybody? What's going on? All this steam in the air, because Mars is energy, it's Neptune is water, it's in Pisces, and everyone knows what's going on. So we're coming to the end of that phase. So I would say now, Joe, that I would say just hold on to this, but I would say to be in yourself. The emotional side here, sometimes it's emotional stuff you're letting go of. And if you're letting go of this, fantastic. I wouldn't fight it. Let go of it and just go along your way there. And the stuff you're bringing in for yourself here, I think coming up will be very, very positive very, very soon. So we'll have a look through the tarot cards shortly. But I'm going to pass over to Helen. Helen, what I'd like to do, can you shuffle the cards there and just take out a card anywhere? And lovely gold cards there, lovely gold cards. And just shuffle the cards there. As soon as you're ready, just pick one out there and just read the message to Joe. What's happening around Joe?
Hi, Joe. Your card is let go.
Oh, isn't that amazing?
Okay.
You have to go that way a bit further to the. That's it. Oh, lovely. Okay. Let go.
And it says, walk away from this situation in order to resolve it.
Walk away from this situation in order to resolve it. So feeling emotional is walk away from the emotions here and walk away from what you've been emotional to. So that's interesting. What is it you've been emotional towards? So they are feeling emotional. Where have they come from? And sometimes emotions, they're uncontrollable things that buzz around the air like a sometimes uncomfortably like a balloon you just let go of at a party, thinking I really don't want to let that go. And so they come out and they make us feel a bit bare. But for you, I'd say here, where is it that this emotions come from? Where's this emotion come from? And that's what we're letting go of. And okay, Mandy says here, take back her power. Yes, phenomenal power. She said, so I'm here, my phone died. Okay, bless your phone as it rose off to phone heaven. We send a blessing to your phone to have peace, harmony for the rest of its days as it passes on to the other side. And we send a blessing to your phone. Oh dear, is that all right now? Okay, how's that? Anyway, sorry. Thank you very much, Cheryl. So let's just have a little look here and see what's coming up here for you, and see where we're going. Right, okay. Just finished shuffling the cards here, and let's see what's going to come up for you, Joe. I'm just going to go 3 piles of cards. I'm going to go for the middle. I feel attracted to the middle on this. And what do we need to do? What's your cards say here? Your cards are saying, my dear, yes, slow times ahead, but here's going to be the power. Yes, it's taking your power back. It's also about money, about security. It's also about letting go. We've got a card here. I'm not going to say name it because people out there say, what sort of word do you say there? But it's a card that says here that you've been releasing inner stress. So the big thing here is to let go of the situations that have been creating stress, including old relationships, old emotions, and old ties. So hopefully that's about you. But for you, let's give you a little party noise just for you, Joe. There you go. All right. Okay. So let's come back on. Let's move on now. Let's go on to Cheryl. Cheryl, good evening, Cheryl. Cheryl, I believe you're in Bedfordshire. Right. Right. Joe said, just come back to Joe just a second. She says here, could it be I put up barriers up and then now slowly coming down? Yes, absolutely. And sometimes we're putting barriers up because we feel defensive in that moment. I love all the chat going on here on the chat lines. It's hilarious. But what is basically happening here is I feel that, yes, you've been holding on to these, but you can work out where they're from. And that's what we let go of here. And Mandy says, told ya. Believe in yourself. Hilarious. Hello. Right. Cheryl says, hello. Hello, Cheryl. Lovely to catch up with you this evening. And I hope it's all hope it's all nice. We're in your part of the world. And she's gone for the colour grey. Question, is there a house move for her soon? A house move. Well, the energy here is interesting. And would you understand, I'll take my glasses down because I'm tuning in now, get everybody working on here. So would you understand this, Cheryl, if I was to say to you that something is saying here, yes, go and do it, but something else is saying, whoa, just hold on just a moment. And the reason why I'd say just hold on just a moment is, would you understand that there's still some processes or things you still got to work through a little bit? But if you work and do a home move, I would look around the September time, August, September, and look at it then. Be careful, I would say, to be cautious of people over-influencing you. And she says, yes, definitely. There's definitely here. And yes, so I think we've got to be a little bit careful how we progress this. And sometimes it's interesting, although we steer towards things, this is an interesting year. Although we're steering towards things, is to allow things to come to us as well. Allow emotions and guidance and things come to us as well. We put things out there in the universe saying, yes, I'd like to move, and just see what comes back to you and see what harmonizes with you. But I would go that way first of all. Now, the grey colour here is interesting because grey, although it's your colour here, is also about letting go of fear, letting go of old energies that don't work with you anymore. So if we could do that as well, magic. Now, okay, let's go over to Helen. Helen, would you like to, in fact, I know I've taken your name off the screen there, Cheryl, but Deborah just says, keep up to date with Spread Some Sunshine in the Cafe Clairvoyance group. So you're always going to find out how to get hold of Spread Some Sunshine through the group there, but just wanted to put that up there. Right, okay. Cheryl, let's get back to you there. So what I'd like to do is shuffle the cards there as soon as you're ready. Just think about our good friend Cheryl, and then just take out a card, please, from anywhere.
Okay. Hi, Cheryl. Your card is time to decide.
Oh, time to decide.
Make a decision based on your heart's true desires.
Heart's true desire. So if your heart's true desire is to get in with this regarding a home move, then that's what's just due. But you listen to your heart, what it's saying, the way you're going about this. It's not just about home move, it's the way you're going about it. Perhaps rather than being headstrong, it's about having your heart involved in this, and that would be a nice thing here. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Oh, she says, yes, she's laughing her head off here, so maybe that's nice. Right, okay. Let's just shuffle the cards here and do a little reading on you here, Cheryl. I've gone left, middle, and right, and I'm going to go left on this. Left, because we've left the past behind. And, right, okay, so, home moves. They will come up here, and I think here that this is a big thing for you. Yes, I think you're definitely going to do a move. It'd be a very good move for you. What this is meaning, though, I also pick up that there is, if you do this, make sure that whatever emotions are implying in here regarding other members around you, such as children, especially here, that everything is in the right place. Everyone is in a good place here. It is working through the heart. Is important here. Really pick up this view because your cards are resonating with this. Very much so. Anyway, right. Mandy says, fear and anxiety are twins. Don't entertain them. No more entertainment of these things. And producer says, yay, that's right. Feel the love. Feel the love instead. Good. It's lovely. Right, okay. Helen, if you don't mind me saying here, you may need to switch a light on. You're getting like darker and darker as the sun goes down.
might be getting a little bit,
Yes. It looks like we're going into the dark time. Dark times. And just to come back here, just a second or two here, just to say, I'll put my glasses on here so I can see what I'm doing now. Yes. Joe wanted to says, thank you, Phil and Helen. Joe, you're absolutely welcome. It's lovely to have you on the show. Right, let's go and have a little chat with. We've got a few people to read for tonight. Let's go. Yes, the producer says, press those hearts and share the love. And I think Helen's light is about 3 miles away. I think she's gone down the other end of the house. It looks like we're miles away. Did you know where the light switch was?
No, it's in the other room and the door's locked.
Oh, that's good. That's always good for that. Right, okay, let's come on to, I'm just looking for Sarah Kay. Hello, Sarah. Good evening to you. Good evening to you, and very good evening to you. In fact, your energy around you, Sarah, is spiritual pathway. Come for turquoise. Turquoise is one of the most spiritual, beautiful colours I would say here to have. And I think this is a lovely energy. I would also say here with this is a very sensitive energy. So sometimes you pick up everything going on around you. But your spiritual path, I would say here, where you're going with this here, I would say is interesting again. It's not just about working through your heart here. It's about listening to dreams and listening to those points, especially when you're in the bath, for instance, or the shower, and they're the positive vibrations coming to you. Those are the spirit ones, because I really get a feeling from you here. In fact, in it, I get 3 spirits around you communicating, wanting to come through and to communicate with you. And one of the things they're actually saying here that I pick up here is, although you felt like you're going through very going through tough times, one of the things I would say to you, Sarah, is there's a very strong belief, which you have, but they're giving me as well, especially for a gentleman who's here, right by me, very powerful, not emotional as in like over emotional, but power emotion, say here, keep on going. So your pathway is right where you're going here, but he's just saying your spiritual pathway is the right one. But very strong man, very father energy here, just saying keep on going. And also here saying that it's interesting in what's going to open up for you, because it's your spiritual pathway is not what you can see at the moment, it's going to be what's coming to you. So watch out for surprises that way. I think that's going to be an interesting one. Okay, Helen, let's switch over to Helen. Say hello, Helen. Hello, Helen. Would you like to shuffle the cards there? And would you like to take out a card relating to the lovely Sarah? Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to go for this one. Okay, hiya. This one's career change.
Career change. Okay, career change. Right.
It says you're embarking upon a career that brings you the joy and abundance you desire and deserve.
Now your career change is interesting, isn't it, Sarah? Because you are talking about your spiritual pathway. Now, careers we sometimes think here has got to be the job, whether you're working at the grocers or you're working at the factory, whatever. This is your spiritual pathway. So would you understand here, there's a change in your spiritual pathway, which I think is going to really open up for you. And I think you'll just become amazing. Amazing. Plus the fact here, if you're thinking of doing anything to go and work with children, yes, then great. Great. Seriously, just coming back here, Sarah, I'm just going to have a quick look at these. But loads of people come in, lovely comments here. Is that Katrina Clark Hager? She says, I have my best thoughts in the shower. How nice. Your best thoughts. Well, try and keep this big. Nice and positive, but that just sounds hilarious. Here. Okay. Right. Okay. Just finished shuffling cards, and let's have a quick look for you, Sarah, about your spiritual pathway. Go for the middle one, and let's have a little look here. So your cards are showing that. Oh my goodness me. Money, success, money, love, happiness, and believe in yourself. Oh, for goodness sake, and walk away from the past. That's it. How's that? How's that for career change? Career change is walk away from the past, believe in yourself, doing something on your spiritual pathway, and on you jolly well go. How's that? Right. Okay. Let's go and have a little movie on here, a little moochie on, and let's go and have, I believe, the next one we're going to. Joe Gardner says loads of loves. That's very, very nice. And Katrina says she's feeling turquoise very strong this evening. Very nice too. Very nice too. Right. And in the shower too. How nice. That's lovely here. Right. Jean, let's come and have a look at Jean, because I saw an earlier post here. I'm just going to bring this back up, which I just saw here, and it's just coming any second now. She was asking here, in fact, there it is, and there it is. She was asking, Jean, what can you tell me about anything happening? We have a baby coming in the new year. Looking forward to a new edition. Anything you can pick up will be welcome. Well, that's lovely. So congratulations on the fact that you've got a baby coming in the new year. And all the best children, always are Capricorns. Always, by far. You have a fantastic family life, simply because you have a Capricorn in the family. Always the best here. Now, and your colour here, you went for red. Well, red is a very dynamic colour, but also I'd say here, one thing I say here, Jean, would you understand here too, that you've got a great thing about giving energy here to people, and how that makes you feel. But also here, it's also be careful of your energy, that you're not giving away too much and you need some for yourself. Oh, we got a freeze on the internet somewhere freezing. Hopefully we're coming back. Hopefully we're all still live. I believe we still are. Are you still there, Helen? Helen has frozen, but I believe we're still here. Oh, there you are. You're back. Hello, you're back. Good. Yes. Anyway, right. Yes. What do you got you there, Jean? So that's all right there. Jean, you are up now. That's it. So, Jean, what I would say to you here is there's this big energy around you to give, and sometimes you've got to take, and sometimes, although you're expecting a baby here, one of the things I see here as well with this lovely colour is there's to be careful of your energy levels, because would you understand, sometimes you get quite hyper here. Now, this is interesting here because I haven't looked at astrology, what's coming on for the new year, but I really pick up you've got a very high energy child, on the way. Good luck. But okay, let's go over to Helen, see what she would like to say here. So Jean is expecting a child in the new year. She just wants to know anything that's coming her way, and that we can help her with here. So yes, it's a funny one with the internet tonight, because people all over the world are having a few issues with their internets. It must be something out there. We're okay over here, and but hopefully you can all hear us over there, wherever you are.
Congratulations, first off. Your card is you're on the right path.
Whoa, you're on the right path. So everything you're doing here, that's the... Sorry, just read...
what you do because it's working.
Oh, you know what you're doing because it's working. Sorry, just read the whole bit out there. I think I interrupted you just before you read that out.
This is my part of the show, Phil.
Yes. Oh, dear. 48 minutes into the show and you're trying to take over. That's great.
Keep doing what you're doing because it's working.
Keep doing what you're doing because it's working. Watch the red here. Now, it's interesting. It's also about taking your own power. So if you're doing something which harnesses your own power, then breaks you feel good there, Jean. And magic. And let's just have a little look here at what's coming out of the cards here as well. Just finish shuffling there. I'm just going to have a look through here. And this time, left, middle, right. I'm going to go for the left. I feel drawn to the left. There, Jean, for you. So let's have a look here. Right, 1, 2, 3. Right, okay. And, oh, my goodness me. Lovely cards. This is love and spirituality. Would you understand if I said to you here, Jean, that sometimes, whether you had children or not, but there is some very strong connection going on with you and the child here, your baby here. And I know mothers would say this, well, of course, those mothers would feel that. But I think here, something very special is going on here for you, Jean. I think it's a beautiful thing. So, no, lovely. You've got a very spiritual boy there. Like I say that, I think that's what's going to be on the way. So Good. Okay. Now, let's have a little look here and see who else. Let's do. I'll tell you what. Let's do. Let's bob in and do a little one for. Let's go and do a little shout out to Katrina. Katrina there, because she's been adding in her little stories here back and forth. So, Katrina, I'm just going to turn some cards for you. She says she has her best thoughts in the shower, which I think is magic. That's magic. Just brings back. I know we start off this. We're all going to share. We're going to get into the shower together and say, "Oh, we're having great thoughts here." Saves water, doesn't it? We'll do it together. Saves water. Yes. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, right. 3 piles of cards. I'm going to go for the right on this one. And let's just have a little look here. I'm just going to have a look at this energy for you. And so we're coming up here. Yes, because she also likes turquoise too, because there's a very, very strong, Katrina, there's a very strong spirit energy with you. And also here, it's interesting too, that there's a very young spirit energy in the spirit world around you. There's a very young energy, a very beautiful young girl in the spirit world who's connecting with you. And it's beautiful. Would you understand here that your skin is changing, but your skin is getting better? I get a real thing about your skin looking well, feeling better about yourself and feeling nice there. This is what I pick up here for you, Katrina. There's something very nice here because this little girl is just given me so much love to give to you, and a feeling here that would you understand here that you were worrying about your grandmother and if she's safe? Well, she's here too, because she's telling me here she's very safe. And would you understand here there's a strong connection between you and your grandmother, which may be different to your mother. So that may be interesting. Yes, she said, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Your skin is getting better. Real thing about skin, a glow about you, health about you here, and a real spots are clearing up nicely. I love that. There. You've got us laughing here. You're loving Katrina. Now, it's interesting here because they're not spots, they're beauty spots. Yes. So beauty spots. Now let's go and have a little look. Now let's go straight over to Helen. Helen there. Now, would you like to shuffle a card for Katrina and just take out the card there? It is. We're going to go a little bit over. That's okay with you guys because we had little internet issues before, and just do that. But yes, I think Katrina's having a little bit of laugh with us as well. So if you're enjoying this, magic. But it's always fun here. We get something spontaneous. So. It's brilliant. Good.
Okay, Katrina, your card is creative expression.
Oh, creative expression.
Your soul longs to express itself creatively.
Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? So there's a need. Now it's interesting here because this lovely young, I love my nan. Yes. I re-pick up that and I just, it's beautiful, beautiful. And this was unexpected and really appreciated. Well, it's a big mwah, love to you. Big heart, burger, heart. Very much the same thing here. Hearts and burgers. Yeah, it's all love. It's all love. Anyway, your cards here. Well, where do I go here? I'm going to go for this with you. This is just amazing. You got 3 lovely cards. You got love, total happiness. You've got greater confidence coming in yourself and stability. And also here, love around family and good things here. There is something, I've got to tell you here, this lovely young girl is not leaving me alone. And prefer hearts, she says here, for goodness sake. Some people are so fussy, prefer hearts. But anyway, Katrina, what I want to say here is I think there is something amazing, beautiful and amazing coming to you, which I'm not being told of at the minute, but I know it's an easy thing to say, but I've got this love from this beautiful young girl who's with you, which something very, very special is coming literally within the next couple of months, when it'd be lovely to hear what it is when it arrives, but it's going to transform things around you beautifully. So I think you're going to have a wonderful, wonderful year in front and everything else is coming on. And Mandy says here, Mandy, bless little Mandy, we're going to have a little reading of Mandy, I think, here. Oh my goodness, my sister who I never met is on the other side. Yes, I really felt this lovely, lovely lady's connection. It's, oh God, the love is enormous. So I think you've got a huge blessing there for the spirit world. And I'm just Wonderful to be able to bring this over. It's lovely. Right, okay, and yes, Mandy, Dr. Mandy here. Dr. Mandy here says tea tree oil. Yes, tea tree oil. Yes, clear up those beauty spots. Oh, it's hilarious. Anyway, so now it's interesting here. I think we should come and say a little hello. A little hello we just see here to Nuala. To Nuala. Let's come and say a little hello to Nuala. Nuala, right, okay, good evening to you, and I hope you're well over there. And if I was just cyclically pick up here, well, this is interesting. A gentleman, Stan or Granddad is here for you, Nuala. Whoever this Stan is, Stan or Granddad. But I've got this gentleman here just come straight through, and he wants to say to you here, would you understand here about there's a lot of emotion around a son? And would you understand here that he's got to grow his way? And would you understand here there's a needing to ground yourself but stay in your power? So it looks like not power plays are here, but he's just here, telling me here that he's sending you guidance here. And also there's something important, very strong coming up in your life here, which is going to put you on a very strong set of rails, Nuala. And I think that's going to be a big thing here. Look, there's a very strong energy. It's interesting here. He's here to support you. He's here to say here, you're going to be fine, you're going to be all right. And also here, I want to say, give a couple of months and I'll pick up more finance, more money, more stability around you. But he really is strong. Really strong here. Okay, right. Helen, for Nuala, would you like to shuffle a card, please, for Nuala? It's lovely to see some guys on tonight as well. Sorry?
That one jumped out.
Well, if we have one that jumped out. Sorry, say that again. Counselling.
You heal with kind words, wise advice, and an empathetic ear.
So that's interesting, isn't it? So you may be helping out your son, or because I pick up here a lot of tears somewhere, Nuala. A lot of tears, but I'm picking up here to say to you that you think your wise words will help. But you've got to say, it's almost like you could give too much, and that doesn't help. So to stay in a power will help your son to get strong. That's something I pick up here. So that's going to be interesting. But your counselling skills are A1. So fantastic. Let's go to a chap. Should we go to a chap? Let's have a word with a little chap. The chap called Rob. Hello, Rob. Good evening, Rob. I hope you're well in your part of the world, wherever you are. And great. Right, yes. And Rob, now let's have a little look here. How we're doing time-wise. We're doing absolutely fine time-wise. So plenty of time. So Rob, let's have a little chat with you and let's see what to pick up here. Now, the energy I pick up around you here is feminine, first of all. So I want to talk to a lady who wants to come over. And as she's talking to me here, she wants to say that she's very connected on your wife's side of the situation, not for you. So, sorry, Rob, it may be, although I love to talk to a chap, the more the message I pick up is going to be for your wife rather than you. Now, a huge evolution in change. That's what I call this. And that's what this is what I'm picking up for Spirit World. A huge evolution in change coming through for your wife. But I pick up a very strong one. And I pick up here too a sense of coming out in her own power. So for your wife there, a real sense of coming out of her own power. And also here I pick up that maybe there's something to do with properties, buildings, and starting a new plan or idea, Rob. So something is going to be important there. And it's interesting around you because sometimes I feel your fist is like this and sometimes thinking, damn, what's going on and why aren't things working out quite right? Or maybe old projects aren't quite right. Don't worry about them. It's interesting because what I'm being pulled here to say is that your wife will be a guidance to you because a new plan's coming ahead to start up new projects, which are going to be phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I've also got here, Rob, to say to you, there is a young man here who's related to you in the family, but he wasn't... if I just say here, he was not an old man. He was not an old man, and he's just talking to me now. And I'm just trying to get more information about him here. But he says here he passed away. There was a lot around his chest for the reason where he passed. But he wasn't old, and he wants to come through to say that he loves you and he pats you on the back. And he says here that I just feel here that there may be a money issue around you, but he just says, first of all, just says cough up. Sounds like a medical joke, doesn't it? But it is about money here, and I pick up there's something there. But once you've got over this money matter, then you're plain sailing. But it's a funny time, but you're going to be all right. Yes. Right. Okay. Loads of you joining here. Lovely to see you guys. So Helen, can we fly over to you and just pull out a card for Rob, please?
Sure can.
Sure can. Sure can. Busy over there.
Busy over here. Okay, and this one is author.
Author. Now, isn't that interesting? Because, okay, yep.
It says you have a book inside of you, Rob, that wishes to be expressed. Make the time to write it.
Okay, we know a fabulous chap called Eric. Eric, and he's written the book, which is a naughty book. How can you say this? It's about sex and spirituality. Rob, if you want to write about that, because maybe it's something Rob wants to like. Now, I'm sure there's a little sparkle or a bit of wink in his eyes. So, well, that'd be a good idea. But I just pick up here. Well, that's wonderful. If you've got something to do with the book or something that you want to create or a story, new story of life, I think that would be amazing. Amazing. And okay, so how are we doing? Oh, we've still got a bit of time here. Okay, let's do a little shout out to, let's go pick someone else up here. I know where to go. Let's go and have a little word with Sally. Now, Sally's over here somewhere. I'm just looking for Sally, just going through the screen here. Hopefully Sally's still with us. If you are, that's wonderful. Just give us a little nudge. I'm just looking for you here, just coming up. And Sally, that would be lovely to chat with you. In fact, you're right up here. So Sally, I'm just looking for you. You were there earlier. Anyway, whilst I go through this, Sally, what I'd like to say to you is, there you go. There you are, Sally. So let's do a little one for you here, and just see what we want to pick up here. Okay, Sally, the first thing I'd like to say to you here is I've got a gentleman on the other side here. It tells me he hasn't been over there very long. And he's just coming through now. And he just says to me, he says he's okay, he's fine. His eye colours are the same as yours. He's just showing me eye colours here. And also he wants to bring a dog over as well. There's a dog on the other side here he wants to bring over. And he's also here saying here, would you understand here, although you've been through the lockdown, would you understand here, there's something that you need a break from. There's something we need a bit of downtime from, because he just wants to give me a bit of open space. Like, you need to collect thoughts, just being yourself, and just walk by the seaside and just pick up a bit of energy, Sally, because this is some of the energy here that he wants to bring through. Very, very nice guy. In fact, I've also got other guys now who want to come through. It's mainly the men who are coming over. And but they're saying to me here to say to you that there's it's interesting here because I got forgiveness as well. I want to say about forgiveness. So would you understand a lady who passed on the other side of your family, it's on your mother's side of your family, but I pick up here a lady who just wants to say, I'm sorry, because I think here that she was a bit of a taskmaster, a little bit difficult in a way here, and I think she just went through, she just didn't realise sometimes what she was doing, but she just wants to say sorry. So I just get apologies here. And would you understand releasement emotionally here, releasement in your heart, and for you to just glow and be yourself? That's very strong energy. And but she's just saying to me, yes, they're just saying to me here to have, there's this time and space here that's needed. And also, would you understand it, even if he's travel abroad here, but there's projects that are going to come up this year, they're just telling me here, projects that come up this year, but they won't materialise this year, it'll be next year. But the projects are going to be there. Think, oh yeah, I know what I'm going to do, and you'll think you're going to go ahead this year. It won't be, it'll be next. And but it'll still be right there. Anyway, let's go over to Helen. Helen. Hello, Sally is here. She says, oh, thank you. That's nice there, Sally. Lovely to see you.
Okay, we have energy healing.
Oh, energy healing. Now, Sally, that is interesting with you, because just feeling this energy around you. Yeah, sorry, read out the blurb there. Sorry, I interrupt you there. Read out the blurb. I'm just taking my power back because you're taking over me sometimes.
It's not everything's your show, Phil.
Yeah.
And your natural energy healing abilities are an important part of your life purpose.
Ah, so you are the healer to people. Now, Sally, maybe you would understand that. They're being a healer to people, to help people. And yes, 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 have a few projects. Next year is fab. Yes, this is what I was saying earlier. Maybe you'll also understand the angel card reading that it came as well about the healing. Need to heal. Maybe people need healing around you. And I get a feeling that you're a bit of a mediator, if I could put it that way as well. Let's have a little look here. 3 piles of cards, left, middle, and right. I'm going to go for the... why am I hesitating here? Let's go for the right. Let's go for the right because it's the right way to go. Sally, let's just have a look at you. So got here, and we have got. Children are going to be doing exceptionally well. Children are working harder and sometimes it's pushed them a little bit to do well. But they'll do exceptionally well. So even what children have been lacking to do school around you, they're actually going to do a lot of this. And it's also here, there's, would you understand it about having loads of stress on you? But this is like, I'm sorry I've got to put it this way, this is like sat in a car in a traffic jam with your foot on the horn, but whether you sit there with your foot on the horn or not, then we got to go. Sometimes the better pathway here is just to find a bit of peace. Just to find a bit of peace. If we can find peace just by being this here, we let go of anxiety and stress in that respect, and I think we're doing a good job. Okay. I love Mandy. Really is stepping in here. Mandy, what do you like? What do you like? She says, "Only ever go with your gut, girl. It's the only way forward." This is fantastic. I feel like I've got 3 or 4 people on the show here integrating, and Mandy's one of them. If it's not tea tree oil, it's not believe in the angels, and now we've got believe in your gut, girl. Wow, fantastic. Okay, now let's do a little reading for Mandy. Let's go on with her, and then I think we'll just round off and have a little chat with you, Helen. Right. Okay. So, Mandy. Right. Sally just says here, all mine is still studying, but all 5 doing well. Proud of them. All 5. God, you got a school there. You're like the mother of all mothers. Amen, babe. Amen. Oh dear. Oh dear. God, can't make your eyes water. That does it. 5. Anyway, right. We're all part of the tribe, says Katrina. That's a big tribe, that one. Anyway, right, okay, so let's have a little look through. Actually, just before I do that, let's go straight over to you. Mandy, let's get back on to Mandy here. Mandy was saying here, only ever go your gut girl. What would you like? What card would you like to bring out for Mandy?
Okay. Hi, Mandy. Let me go with your gut girl. I like that. 5 boys, says Sally.
Oh no, 5 boys. That's an occupation, that is.
Okay. Oracle cards.
Oracle cards, right.
You are able to discern answers and guidance for yourself and others.
Okay. Mandy, yes, we are talking about you. Talk about you. You've been so integrative in this show. Integrative, that's a word. I think that's, yes, integrative in the show. Thank you so much. But yes, so Oracle cards. Can you just read out that last bit there?
Yeah, you are able to discern answers and guidance for yourself and others.
Well, I think you've been doing that through this show. Thank you very much. Absolutely fabulous. So thank you.
Brilliant.
Yes, I think it's lovely. I think your guidance there has been absolutely spot on. And actually, Mandy is a fantastic reader herself. I do know Mandy, and that I think maybe we ought to have Mandy on the show one evening, and maybe I can get a word in edgeways. You never know. Right. Yes. Fabulous read. Now, Rebar's cards here. Let's go for the middle for you, Mandy. Let's see what we pick up here. We've got the left, we've got the middle, and we've got the right. And right. Okie dokie. Let's have a little look here. You've got love. You've got love of life. You've got the spiritual counselor. And you've got here this feeling here as well of enormous change coming in your life, but you're going to travel more, uniquely align your life more, and a change of life coming ahead. And I think this is lovely. I think it's lovely. Now, this is lovely here because, Mandy, you've got some lovely people coming back to you. Jean Turner says, bless Mandy, she can't help herself, my mate Marmite. Yes, so that's absolutely lovely. She's Tarlov. That's a bit like the northern stuff, isn't it? Tarlov. Okay, so that's been absolutely lovely. Such a wonderful show. Thank you very much, Katrina, for all the stuff there. Very nice show, says Ellie. Lovely to see that you've been on here too. And just to round off here, Helen, so if there's something that, what's your goal? What's your goal here to do with Spread Some Sunshine?
Okay, currently is to get our fundraising back on track. A couple of things coming up, if I can just quickly drop them in the conversation, Phil. A quiz night, and we're looking for teams of 6-7 people, which is going to be at Salt.
Yep.
On the 8th of July.
Yep.
And also we're going to be starting at the end of this month, end of July, online auction. So another way of people can help if they an online auction. So look out for that on our Spread Some Sunshine page and off a Cafe Clairvoyance page too.
Yes, we'll host it on there too.
That can give something that people can bid on. It can be a meal, a promise, a voucher. We'll be raising funds, and our biggie, we're helping local families at the moment, which is called our Pass It On project. So we are actually sharing some of our donations of clothing to, especially kids' clothing, to local families. Our next project, which is called Happy House, it's too much to talk about tonight, so maybe I'll get myself invited back again.
Oh, you'll never know. You never know. It's been absolutely fabulous having you on.
It's very much work in progress, so it is a bit of fine tuning and that at the moment. But yeah, Happy House. Remember that, and I'd love to fill you in on how that's progressing and what it's going to entail. A little bit in the early stages at the minute, so I'm not 100% sure of all the directions it's going to take, but hopefully it's going to really provide some self-sufficient income to the community, to the village out there. So watch this space, as they say.
Oh, that's lovely. That is lovely. In fact, just to pull up one of the things here I've just seen, and that is from Katrina. She says here, such a wonderful show. Huge thank you to Helen and Phil. Was drawn to the show this evening. That's absolutely lovely. And we just want to say thank you to everybody who's joined in, because we've had, what I love about you guys out there, and this is a big, big thank you to you, is that the way you've integrated in this show tonight. I mean, my Tracy here, looking at everybody who has been on the show, has just been going, what? It's just been one message after another message after another message, which is fantastic, and you all talk to each other as well. That's fantastic. And Helen, I think this has been one of the most warmest shows I've ever done to do with a charity like this. So I just want to say a huge thank you. I know we had a few people on to do with causes before, but this has been absolutely fabulous. I'm sure everybody would like to come on and just hear where things are going, and to give us a bit of an update where things are, especially with Spread Some Sunshine. And also this other venture you've got going on as well, I'm sure will be richly rewarded as well. People will be very interested to hear about.
Yeah.
But yes, there's the Salt Night coming up for those of you in Spain. Salt Night, which is in Javier, which is, I'll put a lovely, if I can find a picture here, to do with Javier. Maybe I'll be able to pick it up, but it's not this picture here. It's another one, but it may come up. I can show it. Lovely, lovely place, a beautiful place. And there it is. If it's going to come up. No, it won't. No, never mind. But anyway, just so you guys, thank you so much for joining us. It's been such a pleasure having you, Helen, here. And blessings to you. Blessings to everybody out in Sri Lanka that is helping. To the people there who have received support, please, with all your team, please accept all our love from everyone at Cafe Clairvoyance here and everyone who's been on the show, to you and your lovely other people. And thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you very, very much. Right, she says, can we have... I like this. Thanks all. I like this here. Take care all. See you soon. And Ellie says, can we have Mandy on the show? Oh, dear God. Are you sure? You know what you guys are doing? Maybe we can. And been there, great place. Oh, that's lovely. Been there, great place. So there we go. Spread some love. And that's probably to Javier, I think you mean, isn't it? Anyway, take care, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. See you tomorrow at 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the UK for the astrology show. But Helen, my very, very special guest this evening. Let's get you back. Let's get you back very soon.
Phil, lovely. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Okay.
Thanks for the opportunity, Phil.
You take care. Okay, just hold on there a second.
Will do.